All right, guys, so this will be, I guess, the second video of me talking about the dyno. The first one you've already seen. If you haven't, go check that out. It will be in a playlist for the dyno. I have my 95. For you guys that aren't familiar with this truck, it's a 95 12 valve. It's not like super extravagant. The engine doesn't have a lot of miles on it, under 10,000 miles since I rebuilt it. Little tiny bit like of bowl cleanup, not porting per se, but bowl cleanup on the head, valve springs, push rods, has a stage 2 camshaft in it, which doesn't really make that much difference as far as for the power part of it, especially at this horsepower, my opinion anyway. But we will get into that later. It has the Banks dual ram BD intercooler. I don't know if the intercooler makes that much difference, but it seems to keep stuff cool. It's got a 62/65 12 turbo, and the big guy is an S476 87 10 housing. It has my stage 2 injectors in it, a 180 horse stock pump, other than it has govern springs in it, and it does have a custom fuel plate in it. Oh, and it has a max travel mod in the AFC. Other than that, it's stock, but not really like anything super extravagant. And kind of what I wanted to talk about in this video a bit. One is a little bit of dyno stuff. Two is the fate of this truck. I have not decided. You know, the truck works good. Obviously, like the engine, there's nothing wrong with the engine. Transmission's good. Like, this truck has always been a very good truck to me. This truck has had a bunch of different engines in it, and I don't even know how many turbo combinations and injectors and pumps and lots. Really, the only thing that's actually, you know what? Really nothing original to the truck since I've, other than I think the frame and the cab. I was actually thinking about that one day. Frame and the cab and some of the interior. Other than that, none of it is the original to the truck. None of it is original to the truck since I've bought it. But it was pretty rough around the edges when I first bought it. Now, it's not that it's not rough around the edges now, but you know, it's still reasonable. So I guess the question is do I go through the hassle with all the other projects and all that stuff that we're doing and trucks will have done before I do that project? Do I rebuild this truck? I've asked this question before, but I just don't know what I want to do. I need something to drive in the wintertime. This is the conundrum. I need something to drive in the wintertime. And this truck is at the point now where if I drive it in the wintertime, a couple more years, there ain't gonna be much left of the body. So it'll need a body at that point. It needs a body now, in my opinion, but it'll really need a body then. I just don't know if I want to rebody it or if I want to build a different truck. Because, well, for you guys that follow the channel, I have the first gen, and then I have this truck that is almost finished. But we have this truck, and then we have the International Lodestar that we're putting on an F450 frame, which I did find a frame. Yeah, and then we have this right now. I don't know if I'm going to fix this truck because I would really like, I would really like to have a first gen crew cab short box 4-wheel drive. I'll put it on like a, I don't know if I'll put it on a Ford frame but I'll put it on a newer frame, and I don't know if it'll get a common rail. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a common rail on that one. But it'll probably have an Allison in it. But just like nothing super crazy, maybe 800-900 horsepower with an Allison in it. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I haven't decided yet, but I'm just curious. Like, I wouldn't mind to buy if I could buy one of these trucks that's cherry from down in the southern states, like a gasser, and then just take the body off and swap it onto this truck. That'd be kind of cool. The only thing, the downfall of this truck, because it's the older body style, it has the older diffs. It does have a Dane 80 in the back, but it does not disc brake, and then it has the old front end. So I would want to use, I have some. If I was going to do that, I would use the same diffs that are in this truck, which you guys probably aren't going to be able to see, but this is a newer style diffs, and this is out of an 01, I think. The front and then the rear is out of, yeah, the rear's out of an 01, the front's out of an 01. So just the nicer style diffs, but then we got to do a gear swap because this runs 410s. I like the 410s in it. So it takes a lot of monkeying around, right? So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Like, so we got obviously this is going to be on the dyno for a little bit. The first gen's going to be going there because we got to start working on the 6.1 engine, which I haven't forgot about. The dyno showed up, so I've been playing kid in the candy store. But we got the 6.1 engine right here that I've started. Obviously I haven't finished, but that is going to be the VE engine that we're putting together. And we're going to do it as a 12 valve to start with. So it's going to be a 6.1 stroker 12 valve with a VE for you guys that haven't been following. Will be a playlist for that too. So the first gen will be going on here with the engine that's in it to start with, and then we'll swap out this engine for the engine that's in it now. I got to get this thing finished because I want to start working on the International. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. This video is probably kind of all over the place, but hopefully you guys can give me some insight on what you guys want to see. So when we get this truck done, I want to start working on the International. So when this truck is probably, well, I don't even know if it'll be done, but basically I'm getting the whole truck PPF'd. So it's just like a clear wrap protective paint protection film. The whole truck is going to get done with that. And then I'm going to have it ceramic coated in the spring before I start driving it. But we need to tighten up some, so there'll be a couple of videos coming out on this because there's a few things I need to finish. Some steering stuff that I wanted to finish up, do a video talking about that. I got to put when it gets PPF'd, I got to put the mirrors on, the door handles on, the tail lights on. The wiring that goes from this right here at the front wheel to the back has to get put in. Not like an astronomical amount of stuff, but you know, probably a few days worth of work. Now that the dyno showed up, I need to be playing with the dyno to learn how to run the dyno. So, you know, we got that too. So as this truck is set up right now, right at this very second, the truck on the test that honestly, there's a bunch of different tests with this dyno. We'll go to the dyno for a second. There's a bunch of different tests with this dyno, but I was doing a hold test at a certain RPM just because I was curious. It was just an interesting test. I've done like 50 pulls on it, but I haven't really been videoing because I'm learning stuff. But this is the numbers. Hopefully you guys can read that. So the first run was hold at 2600. So basically this dyno, or this test in the dyno, basically it ramps up to whatever RPM you want to, and it holds it there. So you can't drive through it. Well, this won't drive through it. Something probably would, but this won't drive through it. So held it at 2600 RPM, made 517 horsepower, and then the next test I did it at 2850 horsepower, and it made 500 horsepower. And now, granted, that was right after. So it's making 500-ish horsepower. Now, taking consideration, that was a 7-second long. So when I start the test, it holds the truck at the RPM when I push the button for 4 seconds. That's how I had it set. And then it ramps up to whatever RPM I tell it to. And then it holds it there for another 7 seconds. So for 7 seconds, it was making, well, as soon as the peak power it was making at that point was either 517 or 520. I never had a dyno with a test like that, so I wanted to play with it. But like I said, I've been doing ramp tests and regular dyno tests and stuff too. I think it's cool the amount of different things that you can do with it. So I wanted to play. So, there'll be a bunch of videos. Let me know, you guys are still watching, let me know some of the videos that you like to see me do with this truck. As you earlier in the video, I told you what's done to it. I can do a few little videos. Now we are going to be doing some sort of subscription setup. I have not got that done yet. Just had so much stuff going on, so I'm going to do some dyno videos that go on there before the subscription thing sets up. But that will be something that I'm going to be working on the next couple weeks to get set up for you guys that are willing to help me be able to make the next step. Yeah, so I appreciate everybody that's watching. If you guys want to check that out subscription thing, and it's this video will be coming out November 15th, 2023. If you're talking, let's say in December, 2023 after that. If you want to check out the subscription, it'll be down in the, the subscription base will be in the description down below. So hopefully it wasn't too much rambling for you guys. I don't know. I wanted to talk and ramble. So that was the ramble. So let me know what you guys think. Like, subscribe, hit me in the comments. Remember, it's not rocket science, but if you're gonna be dumb, you better be tough.